In the name of Allah, the Gracious, the Merciful. Alif, Lam, Ra. These are the verses of the clear book. We have revealed it in Arabic Qur'an, so that you may understand. We narrate to you the most accurate history, by revealing to you this Qur'an. Although, prior to it, you were of the unaware. When Joseph said to his father, "O my father, I saw 11 planets, and the sun, and the moon, I saw them bowing down to me." He said, "O my son, do not relate your vision to your brothers, lest they plot and scheme against you. Satan is man's sworn enemy. And thus your Lord will choose you, and will teach you the interpretation of events, and will complete his blessing upon you and upon the family of Jacob, as he has completed it before upon your forefathers Abraham and Isaac. Your Lord is knowing and wise." In Joseph and his brothers are lessons for the seekers. When they said, "Joseph and his brother are dearer to our father than we are, although we are a whole group. Our father is obviously in the Quran. Kill Joseph, or throw him somewhere in the land, and your father's attention will be yours. Afterwards, you will be decent people." One of them said, "Do not kill Joseph, but throw him into the bottom of the well, some caravan may pick him up, if you must do something." They said, "Father, why do you not trust us with Joseph, although we care for him? Send him with us tomorrow, that he may roam and play, we will take care of him." He said, "It worries me that you would take him away. And I fear the wolf may eat him while you are careless of him." They said, "If the wolf ate him, and we are many, we would be good for nothing." So they went away with him, and agreed to put him at the bottom of the well. And we inspired him, "You will inform them of this deed of theirs when they are unaware." And they came to their father in the evening weeping. They said, "O father, we went off racing one another, and left Joseph by our belongings, and the wolf ate him. But you will not believe us, even though we are being truthful." And they brought his shirt, with fake blood on it. He said, "Your souls enticed you to do something. But patience is beautiful, and Allah is my help against what you describe." A caravan passed by, and they sent their water carrier. He lowered his bucket, and said, "Good news. Here is a boy." And they hid him as merchandise. But Allah was aware of what they did. And they sold him for a cheap price, a few coins, they considered him to be of little value. The Egyptian who bought him said to his wife, "Take good care of him, he may be useful to us, or we may adopt him as a son." We thus established Joseph in the land, to teach him the interpretation of events. Allah has control over his affairs, but most people do not know. When he reached his maturity, we gave him wisdom and knowledge. We thus reward the righteous. She in whose house he was living tried to seduce him. She shut the doors, and said, "I am yours." He said, "Allah forbid. He is my Lord. He has given me a good home. Sinners never succeed." She desired him, and he desired her, had he not seen the proof of his Lord. It was thus that we diverted evil and indecency away from him. He was one of our loyal servants. As they raced towards the door, she tore his shirt from behind. At the door, they ran into her husband. She said, "What is the penalty for him who desired to dishonor your wife, except imprisonment or a painful punishment?" He said, "It was she who tried to seduce me." A witness from her household suggested, "If his shirt is torn from the front, then she has told the truth, and he is the liar. But if his shirt is torn from the back, then she has lied, and he is the truthful." And when he saw that his shirt was torn from the back, he said, "This is a woman's scheme. Your scheming is serious indeed. Joseph, turn away from this. And you, woman, ask forgiveness for your sin, you are indeed in the wrong. Some ladies in the city said, the governor's wife is trying to seduce her servant. She is deeply in love with him. We see she has gone astray. And when she heard of their gossip, she invited them, and prepared for them a banquet, and she gave each one of them a knife. She said, come out before them. And when they saw him, they marveled at him, and cut their hands. They said, good Allah, this is not a human, this must be a precious angel. She said, here he is, the one you blamed me for. I did try to seduce him, but he resisted. But if he does not do what I tell him to do, he will be imprisoned, and will be one of the despised. He said, my Lord, prison is more desirable to me than what they call me to. Unless you turn their scheming away from me, I may yield to them, and become one of the ignorant. Thereupon his Lord answered him, and diverted their scheming away from him. He is the hearer, the knower. Then it occurred to them, after they had seen the signs, to imprison him for a while. 2 youths entered the prison with him. One of them said, I see myself pressing wine. The other said, I see myself carrying bread on my head, from which the birds are eating. Tell us their interpretation, we see that you are one of the righteous. He said, no food is served to you, but I have informed you about it before you have received it. That is some of what my Lord has taught me. I have forsaken the tradition of people who do not believe in Allah, and regarding the hereafter, they are deniers. And I have followed the faith of my forefathers, Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob. It is not for us to associate anything with Allah. This is by virtue of Allah's grace upon us and upon the people, but most people do not give thanks. O my fellow inmates, are diverse lords better, or Allah, the One, the Supreme? You do not worship, besides Him, except names you have named, you and your ancestors, for which Allah has sent down no authority. Judgment belongs to none but Allah. He has commanded that you worship none but Him. This is the right religion, but most people do not know. O my fellow inmates! One of you will serve his master wine, while the other will be crucified, and the birds will eat from his head. Thus the matter you are inquiring about is settled. And he said to the one he thought would be released, mention me to your master. But Satan caused him to forget mentioning him to his master, so he remained in prison for several years. The king said, I see 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 lean ones, and 7 green spikes, and others dried up. O elders, explain to me my vision, if you are able to interpret visions. They said, jumbles of dreams, and we know nothing of the interpretation of dreams. The one who was released said, having remembered after a time, I will inform you of its interpretation, so send me out. Joseph, O man of truth, inform us concerning 7 fat cows being eaten by 7 lean ones, and 7 green spikes, and others dried up, so that I may return to the people, so that they may know. He said, you will farm for 7 consecutive years. But whatever you harvest, leave it in its spikes, except for the little that you eat. Then after that will come 7 difficult ones, which will consume what you have stored for them, except for the little that you have preserved. Then after that will come a year that brings relief to the people, and during which they will press. The king said, bring him to me. And when the envoy came to him, he said, go back to your master, and ask him about the intentions of the women who cut their hands, my lord is well aware of their schemes. He said, what was the matter with you women, when you tried to seduce Joseph? They said, Allah forbid. We knew of no evil committed by him. The governor's wife then said, now the truth is out. It was I who tried to seduce him, and he is telling the truth. This is that he may know that I did not betray him in secret, and that Allah does not guide the scheming of the betrayers. yet I do not claim to be innocent. The soul commands evil, except those on whom my Lord has mercy. Truly my Lord is forgiving and merciful. The king said, Bring him to me, and I will reserve him for myself. And when he spoke to him, he said, This day you are with us established and secure. He said, Put me in charge of the storehouses of the land, I am honest and knowledgeable. And thus we established Joseph in the land, to live therein wherever he wished. We touch with our mercy whomever we will, and we never waste the reward of the righteous. But the reward of the hereafter is better for those who believe and observe piety. And Joseph's brothers came, and entered into his presence. He recognized them, but they did not recognize him. When he provided them with their provisions, he said, Bring me a brother of yours from your father. Do you not see that I fill up the measure, and I am the best of hosts? But if you do not bring him to me, you will have no measure from me, and you will not come near me. They said, We will solicit him from his father. We will surely do. He said to his servants, Put their goods in their saddlebags, perhaps they will recognize them when they return to their families, and maybe they will come back.